Okay, to start off, when pulling our Minuteman load, we're going to pull our nozzle section first. We're going to pull that nozzle towards down about just below the hip crease, and then we're going to pull our dump load with the 2 loops. That first loop on the bottom should pull quick, and then we'll have our second loop. Once that tension's there, let go of it. In this video, we're going to take our whole nozzle section load to our front door. When doing that, flip it over your shoulder gently. At this point now, we can find 2 of the middle loops on the back end of that nozzle section load and flake them straight back, and then that should give us a nice good hose lay to the front door for us. If you want to, you can bring that first coupling up to the nozzle as well. That gives you that 50-foot initial advancement into the door. So here we can see guys rolling up. So just kind of portraying if we wanted to drain the water out of the hose lines. So we'll end up having 2 donut roll sections of female sections exposed and 2 donut roll sections with the male section exposed. Loading, we're going to start with our dump load section. So obviously our first fold is going to be for our connection to our discharge, and then we're going to start our initial flat load for the Minuteman. So remember, we're going to have our loops on our second and fourth folds when we're doing this. So you can see they're doing our second fold over, doing a loop. We're going to do another loop on the other side as well. See, they're doing their third fold. So now we're doing our fourth fold here. You can see we're doing our loop over our fourth fold for the dump load section. Again, we're going to do another loop or ear on the other side as well, and then just normal stacks while you're finishing that dump load section. So once you finish stacking 100 feet for your dump load, leave that exposed coupling just sitting up top. Then we'll do our nozzle section. So here we'll see we got a nozzle without a pistol grip. Obviously you're going to start with your nozzles always on the bottom for the Minuteman. Flip your nozzle over, have your bell up to where it's sitting nice and flush on the bottom of the hose tray. And then just continue doing a flat load here. Something you can do on this side for the opposite end of the nozzle is you could maybe put a loop on that first fold there, just if you needed to pull it from the opposite side. It's not necessary. It just may kind of help pull that from the opposite end. But from this point, we're just going to continue our folds. What we found is if you kind of stagger your folds a little bit before the bail, it'll kind of stack up a little bit neater and won't rise up as much on that nozzle dump load section. So now we're just continuing and that second section of hose for the nozzle section. So you can see here, once you got that first initial 50 for the nozzle over, now we staggered some folds. Now we're going to, on our second 50, we're going to kind of start going over that bail now, and it'll stack up real nice and neat for us. Then once you finish loading that, then connect your dump load and your nozzle sections together, and then we're ready to put our hose tray back into our compartment. Again, you don't have to do this, but we're going to have 2 sections with our male exposed donut roll and 2 donut rolls with our female exposed. That's going to be just a good way to kind of get this water drained out of the hose line. So we're going to start up the same procedures again. We're always going to start with our dump load section. Again, that first fold is going to just be a normal fold since it's connected to our discharge. And then on our second and fourth fold is when we're going to have our ears or loops on the outside of the hose tray. Again, those loops are going to be on both sides of the hose tray. So you see we got our first folds on the second one on either side. Now we're doing our second section of 50-foot hose, and we're going to do a fold for our fourth section. And do another fold on the other end of the hose tray there. And then after that, we're just going to normal flat load for the rest of that dump load section. Leave the coupling sitting on top exposed until we finish our nozzle section. So in this one, we're going to show loading with a pistol grip. This is something we found that works a little bit easier instead of having that excess hose and folding it over the top and having that kind of a tail whip you in the shins and stuff like that. I think this may work out a little bit better. So again, you're going to flip the nozzle upside down to where the pistol grip is facing up, as you can see here. And again, like the first loading, we're going to stagger our folds again as well. So we're going to do our normal flat load, and we're going to start our first fold a little bit shy of that pistol grip there. That way we can make sure it stacks up nice and neat. So you can see here, we kind of got it just right at that coupling. And then we're just going to continue to do flat loads. So at this point, once you got about 3 folds just shy there of the pistol grip, we can probably start folding it over that grip, and then you'll have a nice, neat load there to where it can still be easy and easily accessible to pull off and deploy. So again, we're just going to continue to do regular flat load folds on the nozzle section. When we get to the end, connect with our couplings. And now we got it ready to go in the hose tray. Something else we've also been trying to implement is when we're loading these hoses into the compartments, try to make a habit of having your nozzles facing towards the cab. That's going to make it easily identifiable on the fire ground, no matter what apparatus you're on, what hose tray and where the nozzle is going to be at to deploy. Again, hopefully this kind of clarifies and corrects some of the inconsistencies we've had across the board when with this new hose development.